spicy super flat, slow-mo mushrooms, and an end island biome that is missing the island part. If you want to see Minecraft on its knees, every platform has some beautiful things to see, but there's also some ways that can absolutely break them. If we define breaking as lowering the frame rate, or indeed fully crashing the game, I want to show you some of the weirdest ways that you can get Minecraft to work in unintended ways. This is going to work for each of the 3 platforms listed here, skip ahead if you want to, and we'll start with the Bedrock version of the game, by far the easiest one to break, and a simple question that maybe you've asked before: what happens if you are to make a nether portal in the end? If you make an end portal in the end, it takes you back to the overworld, but what about a nether portal? It's something most people don't think to do, and the answer might surprise you, because it's nothing, officially. However, you can use commands to place yourself a portal down, so this is the command to do precisely that, and what happens when we go through a nether portal in the end is really weird, because you actually end up in the overworld at 0 - 64,0. As you can see, it's placed a portal right over there instead, because the game doesn't know how to handle a portal being in the end. Even more interesting is the fact that if we break blocks, they seem just a bit weird if we try to do it, and if we try to go through that nether portal again to actually get to the nether, something even stranger happens. I don't go through the nether. No matter how long I sit in here, my screen just gets more purple. But what's really fun is what happens when we leave the game and try to rejoin it, because our little save preview image right here will show that, yeah, we are underneath the bedrock in creative, but come right back into it in survival, or in any game mode, and weirdly enough, you'll see that, oh, I'm here in the end, and an obsidian platform has spawned around me. This definitely wasn't there before, and it's a weird quirk of how things are handled. So if you want to break your Minecraft, all you've got to do is make a nether portal in your end, and it will take you to the overworld, but your entire game will actually not save any of the progress you make, which means that if you want to really break things in a really confusing way, this is a great way to do precisely that. I don't actually, so now we're here in the overworld, and we can break as many blocks as we want. I'm trying my best to actually get out of here. I guess the best thing to do would really be to TP myself. I can't see anything right now. Okay, so can I see? Oh, I can't even place my flint and steel, because obviously everything is broken, so I can't do that even if I want to, because Minecraft is broken, and isn't that fun? Isn't that delightful? I hope the answer for you is yes, because I think it's very strange. Anyway, this is the easiest way to break Minecraft in a way that isn't actually perceptible to anyone looking at it, but if you want a little bit more spectacle, well, let's head out of the game. Let's quickly save and quit, and then come back into it. It's going to take a while to sync, and then we'll come back into our game, and mysteriously, we'll find another obsidian platform, which is fun enough by itself, but also when we... Look at that, it's so bizarre. You've got an infinite obsidian glitch, although you're in creative, so you already have that. But what's fun about this is the fact that there is another fun glitch that we can utilize. If you want to break Minecraft and you don't necessarily have access to creative, but you want to use it to speed things up, here's a much easier way to do things. Place a bunch of chests. This seems weird because Minecraft can handle literally millions of blocks being on screen at one time, but if you place even 1,000 chests, so I'll use this command right here to place 10 by 10 by 10 chests, placing 1,000 chests right here, already as you maybe can spot, is actually kind of detrimental to the end. Place 10,000 chests though, so we'll do the same command, but with I don't know, 100 on the y-axis, and all of a sudden, that same exact issue is starting to lag our game. Can you see right here that things are just a little bit shaky anytime we're looking at those chests? Super smooth looking this way, super laggy looking that way, but even more fun is if we place, instead of, let's say, 10,000 chests, let's place 30,000 chests. We'll change this number to 30. Oh, we actually placed slightly too many chests, so we'll change that number to 27 or something, whatever gets us within that number, and now, by just placing 31,000 chests, we have broken Minecraft. This is really confusing, because again, Minecraft can handle loading millions of blocks at one time. You can see right now, well more than that number of blocks, but right now the game is struggling to render all of these chests, actively choosing not to in these corners, as you can see. So why is this the case? Because chests, unlike other Minecraft blocks, are seen as an entity. In my opinion, this is a bit of a programming flaw. They should just be a block that has an animation to them, but this isn't how they're handled. They are an entity, and just like having 1,000 ender dragons or 1,000 any other mob on screen, you will lag your game if you have too many of these. So if you want to break someone's world, and you want to do it purely in survival, chests might just be a fun way for you. You do need a lot of them though, so you'll have more fun doing it in creative. So let's place even more, by the way, because we can place 30,000 as our max, but that's at one time. So just do this a few times in a row, and all of a sudden we'll have a number of chests that literally makes the game unplayable if I'm looking at them. Super fun. Anyway, there's also one last option available to you that is Bedrock exclusive. Oh man, look at that. Just wild, if you ask me. There's one more Bedrock exclusive option available to us, and it involves teleporting. So instead of teleporting ourselves to, 0s, 100, 0 or whatever. Oh man, I can't even use coordinates. No, I didn't want to place more chests. I made ender chests, apparently. No. Okay, so let's look over here, where the game will mysteriously stop lagging the moment those chests have unrendered. And let's teleport to 12 million by 12 million. Okay, I'm hoping I remembered the Farland coordinates right here. There's a chance I get this wrong, but I think it's 12, 550, and then 820. I think that is the last chunk that looks normal before the Farlands begin. Obviously, the end is going to look very different, but here we go. I'm at the Farlands in Minecraft, which is a very strange place in the end. Nope, I'm not at the Farlands. Oh, wait, look at this. I must be. Do you see how there's no end islands anymore? It's just pure end craziness. And then there's this random chunk of... Oh my god, what is happening here? Why are there so many end ships out here? What is... Where am I? What is this? I'm gonna check I got my coordinates right. It's 12, 550, 821. Oh, I actually nailed it. So this way, this is the first chunk of the Farlands. And if we go this way enough blocks, I think just over there where that corner hits... This should be the Farlands off the end, or the Cornerlands off the end even. But instead of actually generating like corners, instead we just get, oh, it's endless end terrain with the occasional chunk that's just taken out. And there are way more end cities out here for some reason. This is news to me. Also, look at that end city. Do you see how it's got like lights on it? I need to go and experiment with what that is. Those are definitely frog lights, right? Am I going crazy? Is that lit TNT? What is this? It looks like a... Oh, it's an end rod. Because once you get this far out, your blocks stop looking normal. In fact, it's not just these. If we try to place down like a door or a fence, you'll see that the blocks don't look normal at all. So this is a door. As you can see, it has no width. It is literally 2D. This is a fence. I do take offense to this. And as you can see, if we mix these things together, which we're totally capable of doing, we can break Minecraft. Oh no, what have I done? What have I done? I think you'll find that Minecraft is very broken. That's right, we've done it. We've broken Minecraft. It's more broken than my sleep schedule the night that I first started playing this game. And I am very impressed by how strange it is if we do this in the end. But all of these things will work in the overworld as well. I'm just kind of here having a good time, honestly. So weird. So weird. Anyway, speaking of weird, let's talk about the Java edition next. Now that I've showed just how broken the Bedrock version of the game can be, it is worth mentioning that technically the Java edition is even easier to crash. I don't mean because you can make custom super flats filled with TNT. This is going to have very predictable results when we ignite it, I imagine, but instead it's because there is literally a button combo that will crash the Java edition. It's F3 plus C, which by itself will just copy your location to the clipboard, but if you hold this command down for 8 seconds, which, oh, I don't know if I can do this without dying. If I can hold this for just 8 seconds, the game will literally do this scary crashing in 3 seconds message, and after 8 seconds, oh, there's the game, it's gone. The game gives me a funny crash report, but what's important is if I load back in, here I am, everything is fine. Now, here's the fun thing about crashing Java. It's really easy to do because there are so many ways that you can... The game is almost designed to be broken, and one of my favorites is, of course, TNT. Detonate too much TNT at one time, and you're going to start just a little bit of a problem for you and everyone you know, as you can see. Interestingly, though, I'm still running at a smooth 60 FPS, so I think I was actually exaggerating when I said this would break Minecraft, because everything is going just fine. Yeah, weirdly, the game is only... Okay, so if I turn up my simulation distance, maybe that will increase things a little bit more, but as you can see, while running at 5 simulation distance, I'm actually still running things just fine. So maybe we should give the Java edition more credit than I already am. The game is not crashing, it's just launching a bunch of TNT, and maybe not simulating it all perfectly, but I'm impressed by that. I mean, actually, that's a little bit broken. Yeah, actually, all the slime's hanging out in midair. It's definitely broken, but not in the way I was expecting. I am really pleasantly surprised by what I'm seeing here. I wonder what happens if I jump into the lava now, so I'm just gonna jump on these little sticks. Oh. Yeah, interestingly, the game seems to have a cap to how much TNT it will let explode to keep performance steady. But yeah, okay, we broke it just a little bit. But yeah, most of the time, your Minecraft can handle this pretty well. It just means you don't take lava damage. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is broken. I'm sorry. I think if lava doesn't burn you, Minecraft is broken. That's just my belief. I'm sorry if I've got too strong a conviction for you. But yeah, super interesting. Oh, Toycat was blown up by Toycat. Man, Minecraft Java is as broken, oh god, as my redstone contraptions when I try to perfectly follow a tutorial. Oh, it's rough. How did I even die? I'm literally swimming in lava. How is it the TNT that's killing me? What is happening right now? Although to give the Java edition credit, it is handling millions of TNT better than the Bedrock version handled just 30,000 chests. I mean, I guess handling is still subjective there. Of course, another way to break the Java edition of the game is to enable minecart experiments, which allows you, the player, to set the speed of, I believe it's do game rule, and then it's minecart's max speed. You can set this to anywhere up to 1,000. Now, if you choose to do this, your minecarts will get a lot faster, and so if we have, I don't know, a bunch of acacia planks just hanging around, or let's just use endstone bricks, just to keep the end theme going. If we, wait, that's not what I wanted to do at all. If we had, say, 1,000 endstone bricks, or 100 by 100, just to keep things simple, hanging out over here, and then on those, we place 1,000, I don't know, powered rails or something. Powered rails would look like this, which means all we need to do is have a bunch of regular rails to connect them. So we'll connect these, and then these, and then these, etc., going in this direction. But we'll do the same with the rails on this side, but making sure we connect different ones. So these two together, these two, etc. So let's now do the same with our rails. And then we just need some redstone to power all of this, because obviously powered rails need power. Powered rail equals true. Okay, there we go. We got the command working. We've powered all of our rails, but for some reason, it's not actually powering. There we go. Yes, it is. So now we've got this ludicrous minecart track, and all I need to do is put some minecarts on it. Now, obviously, this is going to look a little bit silly at first, but let's see what happens as I send off my minecart. It will keep picking up speed as it goes around the track, slowly getting faster and faster and faster. This is going to feel like I'm just using video editing tricks, but it really is going to keep picking up speed until eventually it goes up to 1,000. Now, here's the fun game with this, right? There's not just one type of minecart. There are minecarts that are filled with explosives. So what if we send those barreling down the track? Well, that's a great question, isn't it? The answer should be some pretty fun things. So I'm going to have to summon a bunch of minecarts. I wonder if there's a better way of doing it than this. You know, let's just summon a bunch of them here. Oh god! Oh, okay. Oh, yep. Let's not do that. Let's try that one again. Oh no. Okay, I have solidly messed this one up. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was expecting things to have broken sooner, but I haven't quite got that last bit sorted yet. So let's place a command block here, and let's put summon minecart with TNT. Oh, minecart, minecart, not Minecraft. Minecart with TNT, and then let's have it be a repeat command block. Needs redstone just so I can turn it off if I need to. Okay, now we turn this on, and that wasn't what I was going for. But we can continuously summon mobs onto the same block, or in this case TNT, and then we just need a little push from a minecart and it should go nowhere. Although interestingly, every time we nudge a oh! Oh my god. That didn't break Minecraft though, I've got to say. I am only 1,700 blocks in the air. But I have an idea now, right? Oh yeah, literally I can't even... The explosion was so big I can't even see where my platform was anymore. So, let's start again. It seems as though I messed that one up, but in the process of messing it up, I think I have something more fun to show you. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill a big area again. Let's just place some acacia fences... Or, you know, let's pick a block. Bamboo, pressure plate, sapling, sign, slabs. You're not sure. Let's place a bunch of those... 100 by 100. Easy enough to do, right? We've got this big area. And now, let's summon some minecarts, right? So, summon minecart with TNT. And let's summon those on a repeat. Conditional. You know, let's just do unconditional. Always active. So now what's going to happen is this command block is going to summon minecart TNTs all the time. Then what we can do is we can set another command block up next to it to summon TNT regular all the time. And we'll set that one up to be repeat too. Yeah, let's just Minecraft TNT, sure. And now the moment I power this one, TNT will start to be summoned. Hopefully not in its explosive form, because if it's in its explosive form, then... That was actually very mild, wasn't it? Oh yeah, interestingly, so we've set up an infinite TNT exploding machine, which is kind of cool, don't get me wrong. I can't even see where it is, but let's... Okay, now... Okay, yeah, the explosions are... It's a self-fulfilling loop here, I think. Okay, there we go. No, we don't have anything. So let's quickly turn this off. This was not what I was trying to do. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's just stand somewhere far away from that and summon minecart with TNTs right here. Conditional, unconditional, doesn't need redstone. Okay, so we're just gonna summon a bunch of TNT minecarts and we're gonna have them sit in the same space for as long as they will sit there. Interestingly, I can't place rails because it's slabs. So you can place a rail there and see what that does. The answer is not a lot. But yeah, we can surround it by slabs, and we can just place all the TNT we want onto one block. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I tried the minecart thing. I just exploded myself into the sky. I tried the minecart thing again. Somehow, it was slightly less impressive. And now I have decided to make a salmon cannon, but instead I am just surrounded by some wiggly red mobs. Well, you know what? This is not a way to break the Java edition. To give it credit, this would brick my Xbox in literally 20 seconds back in the day. But the Java edition can handle all the salmon it wants, which is just delightful if you ask me. Now, of course, when it comes to the console edition of Minecraft, we're actually operating on hard mode. There are so many restrictions which will make it hard to actually crash the game. If you've never seen those, by the way, I'm going to try and show you from the easiest version of Minecraft to break, Minecraft Switch Edition, because it's the weakest modern version of Minecraft. I mean, the Wii U would be the best, but we've already experienced trying to get Minecraft to work there and it hasn't gone well. The reason it's so hard to crash the console edition of Minecraft is that the game was coded to specifically always run at 60 FPS, and so if it needs to sacrifice something to get there, it will be willing to do that. One of the classic examples is that you have a max number of bolts that can fit in a world. If you try to place too many of these, because they are an entity, eventually the game will say, nope, you've placed 40 bolts, that's too many, good luck placing any more. The same is true for mobs. You won't be able to breed mobs anymore or place spawn eggs because there is a max number of wolves, bats, chickens, and mushrooms. Although weirdly, you'll find mushrooms are exempt from that same cap that it just claims it's in there. But what's interesting is if you try to place more mobs than this, the game doesn't slow down the frame rate, it slows down the tick rate. So as you can see, the speed that mobs will hit at is drastically lowered. Now, what's really fun about this is there's a cap for every single item, but they never assume that you hit the caps for all of the items at one time. Here is a bunch of item frames, the max 100 you can see at any time. You can see it creates a really weird illusion where the game will only ever show you 100 item frames, and it's the nearest 100 item frames to where you're looking, so you can't see item frames that are literally 9 blocks away until it de-renders other item frames to get there. I think that's fun, but also fun is the fact that, yeah, if we get a bunch of mobs and put them in a hole, for example, things get a bit strange. The same is true for minecarts and boats and armor stands, but there is a way to break Minecraft, and it's not just by lowering the tick speed like we have now. I would argue the game is already going kind of slowly and arguably is broken in its own way, right? But there is a way to break it even beyond this, and it involves chests again. So this is actually a way to break Minecraft on every platform, and it's a way they just couldn't avoid you breaking it here, but if you want to, you can use this on every single platform. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a stack of every single slot using the quick move, and we're going to load up this chest using it. It's going to be fairly tricky, and apparently it's going to hurt some cats based on those noises, but we're going to do this anyway, deliberately having different stacks. Again, these have to be different items, because otherwise Minecraft knows how to combine stacks together. We want to have as many unique stacks in this chest as we can. And then once we're done loading up this chest, we're going to do the exact same, but in the chest that goes above it. So load up this one with obsidian ice and... Oh, look at that! Old Neverac texture. Oh, that's a wild one. But anyway, we're going to load up that chest using different items also, with the goal being that we should have as many different items as possible, because one of the entities that Minecraft can't limit is the number of items which are on the ground. No matter how hard the console edition tried, this would have fundamentally broken the game if they'd implemented it. So if we break just 2 chests worth of these, you can see the entities go flying everywhere, and immediately the game starts to struggle with what to do with all of those entities. Oh, yeah. Weirdly, it's just throwing them repeatedly. It doesn't know where to put the quartz, so it's just stuck in midair. Weirdly, this hasn't broken our frame rate at all, which is way more impressive than the last time I did this. So what we're going to do is we're going to try this again, using a bunch of stacks of... what would be the most confusing entity? I think we'll pick a bunch of skulls, just to show you that we can do it with the same item, as long as we make sure they don't combine into one. And now we add some more to the ground, and as you can see, our frame rate has lowered a little bit, but amazingly, despite all of what we've thrown at Minecraft today, we've still got the game in a fairly playable state. It's not great, but honestly, given how much is on its plate, I'm surprised by the fact that it's not tempting fate to say that we are still able to play Minecraft now, and so the point of this video seems to be ruined. We've gotten to the 3rd edition of the game and it's just not breaking. At this point, I consider just whipping out the 3DS edition and showing how easily breakable that is by comparison, but no, we've got to break the console edition, and so this is the classic TNT Super Flat, which I was sure would work, but no, amazingly, despite the fact that there is so much TNT going off, the game limits the amount of TNT exploding to make sure that the frame rate stays relatively steady. You can see there are occasional drops here or there, but technically, Minecraft is fully playable, and so I almost had to give up here. And then I remembered, years ago, I started something called Sky Village. This took advantage of the fact that gravity-affected blocks become entities as they fall, and so 4J Studios prevents you from making a custom super flat that has these falling blocks. Except if when they brought in the concrete powder block, they actually forgot to disable this, and so even though there are patches for various editions that have fixed this now, this is an entire world made of concrete powder, and because there is so much concrete powder, the start of it all falling down immediately slows down the game tick rate to the point where it literally cannot handle. I wanted to test this, and so I sat here for literally minutes, and you can see that only 2 concrete powder blocks fell in that time. That means that rather than just slowing down, the game has fully ceased doing block updates, and so even though the frame rate hasn't crashed, the internal game engine has, and so that means that this world, just like my relationship with my ex after she said that it's sad to live in an attic, is broken. And that is something I am very proud of. This is all 3 editions of Minecraft broken. It is amazingly hard to break a console edition. If you happen to own a Minecraft on a console, give it a try sometime, because you have to give the game a real run for its money, unlike Java and Bedrock, which seem to say, oh, you want to break us? And then they just kind of lay over. But either way, it's been a very interesting dive today, a lot more fun than I was expecting, and hopefully you did all enjoy. If you did, then like it if you liked it, share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more of these, because I'll see you in the next time. The next one. Goodbye. I broke my own outro.